various other tribes in the Rhodesian area. I've been involved in the Biafran movement for a free Biafra in support of the Jukyu.
I wanted to mention something to you because of a story you told me tonight. You said you were in Alaska and you helped an independent become nominated, independent governor, right?
Well, not only nominated, but elected.
Elected, yeah.
In fact, people said I was crazy that we beat them. It was a 70. We beat the odds, and it was 70-1. We got more votes than the Republicans and Democrats combined. But we could certainly have done this with our friend, Ron Paul.
Yeah.
All we'd have to do is come up with a slogan. You know, it's like this: stand tall, vote for Ron Paul.
Oh, that's great.
Simple.
Yeah.
Stand tall, vote Ron Paul.
There's a movement going on right now. I think it's at its kind of closing. It's the end of its real important time period right now. It's called DVDs for Delegates, and it's out of Alaska, a group that's based in Alaska. But they're sending out DVDs to educate people on how to become delegates and educate them so they know what to do and how to try and elect Ron Paul as the nominee still.
Simply,
there's
in the war, stop the war, end the income tax, stand tall, vote Ron Paul.
Yeah, end the Fed.
And it's so simple.
Right.
And it's so catching. But these individuals who have been Republicanized, who have been indoctrinated by those whom they consider to be conservative or Christian, have destroyed the capacity for individuals to come along who actually do have merit to become elected. And of course, unfortunately, Ron Paul just has not picked up the slogans. Everybody needs a slogan if they're going to win.
Well, there's
Tippecanoe and Tyler too. You know, it's or I like Ike.
Right.
So stand tall, vote for Ron Paul.
We realized early on that that we're going to need more than just votes to get somebody like Ron Paul elected. The real battle goes on in the delegation process and in this the national committee, the GOP committee where they nominate the candidate. The delegates are the ones that decide. The votes are kind of it's a beauty pageant, and it ends up being just a poll. So that's why the slogans do work to get the name out and get the votes. But if you don't have the delegates, then you don't have a nomination. That's where it's kind of controlled.
The RNC and the DNC are twin bastards.
You're
with
right.
The same father, and he is named Faust.
It's like Remus and Romulus. Remus and Romulus, the two, at the origins of Rome, there were two sons that were raised by a she-wolf, and the one, Remus, killed his brother, and he became the first emperor of Rome. Interesting story there. But I wanted to mention about the delegates for DVDs. The reason I mentioned that is because they're making films like yourself and sending them out to educate people. And also there's a guy that's promoting it called G. Edward Griffin. And he wrote a book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. And I put it...
In fact, Ed is a friend of mine.
Is he?
Yeah, he is on our film, $10 a Gallon.
Perfect. That's why I wanted to mention it.
We share many of the same views.
I was going to put him in the same boat as you. That's why I wanted to bring him up.
Well, Ed is a close friend and has been for many years.
That's awesome. I got to meet him in Washington, D.C. at our big Revolution March rally for Ron Paul. He was one of the guest speakers there. Well, I appreciate you coming.
The reality of politics is that we have to separate from those who control the parties. The RNC and the DNC are the same.
Yeah.
They are simply twin bastards of the same Faustian father.
That's right. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show one more time. The website you want people to go to, Free World
Film Works and freeworldalliance.com.
freeworldalliance.com.